I'm Nigel Spence and I'm in my backyard here at Ripe Kitchen and Bar in Mount Vernon. And today I'm going to show you how to cook a boiled lobster with melted butter. Boiled lobsters are very, very easy to do. You don't really have to have much cooking skill to do a lobster. You just have to have a bit of timing. And when I say timing, all there is to it is once you start boiling the lobster, if it's about 1¼ pounds to 1½ pounds, you leave it in the water for about 15 to 18 minutes. And that's about it. One of the other things that you may have a concern with about lobsters, or many people have a concern with, is dropping a lobster into hot boiling water is not very humane. So one of the humane ways that we've been taught to kill a lobster is to actually use a very sharp knife. You hold the lobster very, very firmly on a table, cutting board, and you're going to put the knife right through the head, and this is supposed to kill them instantly and without too much pain. And that's what we're going to do here. So I'm not quite sure if this is painless. It was painless for me, but I'm not sure what it did for the lobster. But as you can see, the lobster stopped moving instantly, and this is what you do to get the lobster to die without too much pain. And then we're now going to put it in the water to boil. You do not want to use dead lobsters. So whenever you go to a store or if you buy lobsters and you end up with them at home and they end up being dead before it's time to cook, it's not a good idea to cook them. You should throw them out because all crustaceans start to decompose very quickly after death. So you want to make sure that you have a very lively lobster before you get them boiling in the pot, and you should not consume any that were dead before cooking. So it's that simple. The lobster is pretty much dead at this point, and so we're going to put it right into the water to boil for 15. This one is about 1¼ pounds, or maybe even just a little less than 1¼ pounds, maybe a pound. And so this will cook maybe in about 15 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the water. One important factor about the water when boiling lobster is it needs to be very salty. The best way I can explain as to how salty the water should be is that it should taste like seawater when you go to the beach. And you can also add a little flavor by putting maybe about 3 or 4 tablespoons of whole butter in the water. And that will give it a little extra flavor and a little bit of sweetness. So this lobster has been boiled for about 15 minutes. As you can see, very simply, you can remove the claws. You always want to have a nutcracker here to crack open the shell. You want to crack it very close to where the two, as you call them, fingers join. That way you can get it out whole. And no lobster is complete without a nice dab of melted butter. And then you can even add a little squeeze of lemon juice. Very good. Very sweet. My name is Nigel Spence. I'm coming to you from the backyard of my restaurant, Ripe Kitchen and Bar, and we're having a wonderful lobster boil here with melted butter.